Hi everyone, it's me, your Manu Issue, and welcome back to my YouTube channel Manu Issue ACCA classes. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the Brando company, and it's from the section B, risk management part. Okay, so before starting the video, I would request all my viewers to please subscribe to my channel. It's a humble request from my side, because you guys if you guys subscribe my channel, it's really motivate me to go further. uh, okay, so let's read out the first requirement. Okay, so first requirement will explain how the functional areas of treasury department could add value to Brandon company restructuring plans, and for each functional area discuss the advantage of centralized treasury department. Okay, fine, this is the theoretical part. And you just don't expect that in AFM you will only get numerical part. There will be theoretical part as well. Okay, so the paper will be mix of the theoretical as well as the numerical part. The more focus is on the theoretical. And the second is recommend a hedging strategy for $36 million loan based on the hedging choice the treasury manager is considering. If the central bank base rate increases to 6.6%, support your answer with appropriate calculation. Okay, fine. We will first do the numerical part, then we will move to the theoretical one. Okay. So now let's read out what the scene behind this question. Okay. Okay, so Brandon Company's holding company operating a small chain of luxury department stores in the city center location throughout the Eurozone. Under the existing structure, the stores are grouped into number of regional subsidiaries, each with their own head office and a treasury function. Okay, fine. So this company's holding company is having a small chain of luxury department, okay, throughout the Eurozone, and under its existing structure, the stores are grouped into number of regional subsidiaries, and each of them is having their own head office and treasury function. Basically, the treasury function is decentralized. Okay, the board plans to undertake a restructuring exercise in response to significant decline in the revenue over a recent year. Okay, so now the board is planning to restructuring because they are facing a decline in the revenue over the last few years. This will involve closing unprofitable stores within the Eurozone while expanding into the other more profitable locations worldwide. The proposal represents a significant expansion for the company and will be financed by the combination of debt and equity. The restructuring is due to be discussed at upcoming board meeting, including the possibility of centralized the treasury function. Okay, so they are going to discuss the plan for the restructuring in the upcoming board meeting, as well as the possibility of the centralized treasury function. Okay, so now what the transaction to be is, it's for the B part. The question starts from the here. Okay, so today is date is 1st November. Okay, let's pick out the information as well. क्या क्या दिया हुआ क्वेश्चन में हम लोग एक बाय एक करके पिकअप करके चलते हैं. So information provided. Okay, so first, today is what date? 1 November. Okay, and the Brandon Company treasury manager predicts a short-term loan of $36 million will be required next year on 31st January. Okay, so they may require a loan amount of 36 million on 31st January. Okay, so basically they need to borrow the money, right? Borrow 36 million. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and we will put down the dollar sign over here. And on which date? 31st January, means today is 1st November, so after 3 months they will need a 36 million, right, to fund an investment in the non-current asset as a part of overseas expansion. So they are about to expand, so they need to this fund to invest in the non-current asset, and the loan will be repaid on 31st May, I mean repaid. So repaid on 31st May. Okay, fine. So what is the period of loan? It's for the 4 months, right? February, March, April, May. Okay, so I will write down here in the bracket 4 months. Okay, okay. So now, okay, so trust me, please focus, because from my personal experience, I can share the risk management is really a tough. Initially, it's really tough for the everyone. because I have been also gone through the same phase. I was not understanding how the future has been calculated, how the option is been calculated, how we calculate the number of contracts. So trust me, I will make it easy for you guys, so you will really feel easy how to get the solved question very easily. Okay, so just be with me in this video. Okay, so now Brandon company can borrow at a central base rate plus 40 basis points. So what is the borrowing rate for the Brandon? Borrowing rate is base rate. B stand for the base rate plus 40 basis point means 0.4%. Always remember. Okay. Okay. So now the central bank base rate is currently 5.7%. Okay. So now base rate is 5.7%. Okay, so interest rates have been relatively volatile over the last few years, and the finance director is concerned that central bank would increase the base rate to 6.6%. Okay, so basically they are concerned about just a hold for a second. I will be back. Okay. Okay, so base rate is currently 5.7%. So they are basically concerned that this base rate, not the borrowing rate, base rate will increase to 6.6%. So I will write down here increase to 6.6%. So basically they are concerned about this. Okay. So now between now and 31st January, obviously from the today from the date of from today to the date of the borrowing. Okay. Then recent media report have been speculated on the possibility of reduction in the base rate. Okay, so hedging. Brandon Treasury Manager is considering the following hedging possibility with the objective of minimizing exposure to the interest rate risk. Okay, so basically they have chosen the three instruments to hedge this increase in the interest rate. Okay, so now they have given information about the FRA, future, and option. Okay, so now these all are the information provided in the question, and I must say you guys to first pick up this information first, okay, from the question given. Okay, so now the first step, I think FRA is easy for everyone. The challenging part is the future and the option. I know, because I have been also gone through the same phase. I was really frustrated how these things have been calculated, but over the time I got to know, and it's really very easy for me. Okay, so now basically we use hedging instrument when we are very concerned whether our interest rate will increase in case of borrowing, or interest rate will decrease in case of deposit. So between the today and the date we will borrow or deposit the amount. So in between those days there are risks the interest rate will be either increasing or decreasing. Okay, so here in our case, the treasury manager are being concerned that interest rate, basically base rate, will increase to 6.60% in the future. Future in the sense means the period from the today to the borrowing date. Okay, so now first of all let's use the FRA, forward rate agreement. Okay. Okay, so in FRA, the rate quoted will be like this as given in our question. So you have to pick up the one, and how you will pick up. So first thing from today, कितने दिन के बाद हम लोग को पैसे चाहिए और पैसे डिपॉजिट करना है. So what is the month from the today? We will deposit the amount or borrow the amount. In our case, we are going to borrow. So from what is the month from today, or how many months after today we will borrow the amount? So it's basically November, December, January. So basically 3 months. Okay. So it means after 3 months we will require the fund. And what is the period of loan? Loan period is 4 months, right? So 3 plus 4, it will be 7. So it means our FRA rate will be 3:7. Okay, and 5.90%. So you have to pick up the rate from the given. Okay, so how you will pick it? First you have to think from today. Okay, so what is the number of months from the today we will require the fund? हम लोग को आज से कितने महीने बाद हम लोग को पैसे चाहिए? So it's 3 months in our case. And what is the period of the loan? So it's 4 months. So add 3 plus 4, it's 7. Okay, so 3 to 7. Okay, 3 to 7, it means 5.90%. So FRA क्या है basically? I will explain this concept in a separate video as well, though I'm explaining. FRA में क्या होता है? So you will take the you will borrow the amount or deposit the amount with the one bank, or you can go to the separate bank for the FRA agreement, where you will fix the interest rate today for the future transaction. Okay, so it can be the separate bank or with the same bank, no issue. But the point is, you will fix the interest rate today. It means either the interest rate increase or decrease, you will pay 5.90%. Okay, so basically it's here's the both favorable and adverse movement of the interest rate. But if the interest rate move favorable, you will not allow to take the benefit. So this is the features of the FRA. I will explain this later on as well, when we are about to make advice to the our treasury manager. Okay, so these are the concept basically. So so what will be the expected payment in case of the FRA? So basically, first we will calculate. Suppose our interest rate rise to 6.6 percentage, our base rate. So what will be our borrowing rate? So our borrowing rate will be so 6.60% plus 0.4%, right? Okay, so 7%. So we will pay interest rate of 7% on 36 million. So it's 252 is million. Yeah, 2.52 million. Huh. So sorry, this is for the annual, and our loan period is for the 4 months. So we will bifurcate this into 4 divided by 12. Okay, so it's 840,000. Okay, expected payment. So now, but we agree with the bank that we will pay 5.90%. So the interest rate has been increased. It's a loss or profit for us? ये आप खुद सोचो, इंटरेस्ट रेट बढ़ा, वो हमारे लिए प्रॉफिट है कि लॉस है? ऑब्वियसली इट्स लॉस ना, आप इंटरेस्ट रेट पे कर रहे हो, सो इट्स लॉस. सो जितना का लॉस हुआ है, यू विल गेट रिसिप्ट फ्रॉम द बैंक. ठीक है, सो रिसिप्ट फ्रॉम बैंक आपका कितना होगा? ये 36 मिलियन पे यू विल you have paid 7 million to the other bank. और जो FRA एग्रीमेंट जिससे किया था उससे तो 5.90% पे किया था. सो 5.90% डिफरेंस करने पे जितना का डिफरेंस होगा, यू विल गेट रिसीव फ्रॉम द बैंक टू whom you have done the FRA agreement. So bifurcate this 4/12. एक सेकेंड, हाँ, ये 7 मिलियन नहीं होगा. हमारा तो पहले कितना था? 6.60. सो बेसिकली ये एक मिस्टेक पॉइंट है. एंड ये रिसीव करे, सो लेट्स पुट इट इन द माइनस, बिकॉज ये हमारा एक्सपेंस है, ये हमारा इनकम हो गया. सो नेट पेमेंट will be this plus this. Okay, so this is our net payment, and इसका effective interest निकाला जाए, so it will be effective interest ये divide by the amount which we have borrowed, and 12 divided by 4 करेंगे. So it will be in 6.3%, so which is obviously lower than our base rate. ठीक है. सो मैंने एक चीज बता रही थी, आवर मिस्टेक पॉइंट, कि यहाँ पे बेसिकली व्हाट वी डू, हम लोग बोरोइंग रेट को माइनस कर देते हैं. 5.90 जो है ये, इट्स आवर बेस रेट, नॉट आवर बोरोइंग रेट. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली वी आर हेजिंग द रिस्क ऑफ बेस रेट टू इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज, राइट. हमारा यहाँ बेस रेट इंक्रीज हो रहा है, ना कि बोरोइंग रेट. बोरोइंग रेट आपका जितना ही बेस रेट होगा वो 0.4% ही लगेगा. ठीक है. सो यहाँ बेस रेट इंक्रीज हो रहा है, सो हम लोग को डर लग रहा है कि हमारा ऑब्वियसली अगर बेस रेट इंक्रीज होगा तो बोरोइंग रेट भी तो इंक्रीज होगा ही ना. सो बेसिकली वी आर हेजिंग, हमारा बेस रेट जो इंक्रीज हो रहा है उसके डर से हम लोग हेज कर रहे हैं. सो एफआरए में जब भी आप नेट रिसीव फ्रॉम द बैंक निकालते वक्त, बी श्योर यू विल डिडक्ट बेस रेट फ्रॉम द एफआरए रेट. ओके. अगर इसी केस में अगर आपका फायदा हुआ था, सपोज इंटरेस्ट रेट फॉल टू 5.50, obviously currently is 5.70, अब ये fall होके 5.50 है. So it's obviously you're gonna be in the profit. In that case, you will pay to the bank. Okay. So be careful with this. ये FRA आपका हो गया. So now coming to the future, which is the most trickiest part. Okay, so future के लिए the few things you have to note down, and please follow the step which I am doing. Okay, so first of all, find out contract size. Okay, always in case whenever you are doing the future of whether you are hitting the interest rate risks or exchange rate risks, if you are dealing with the future, always find the first contract size. Its contract size is 500,000. So, and the contract currency is dollar. So no issue at all. Okay. So now find out the number of contracts. One thing I would like to say, the future is exchange traded. If it could be also the OTC future, but in the OTC future we won't calculate the number of contracts. Okay. But in exchange traded we calculate the number of contracts. That's why it's lead to the under overheads. Okay. So our amount is this divided by this. The both are in the dollars, no issue. Dollar, we don't have to convert the currency. So okay, number of contract is 72. Okay, is it exact? Yeah, this is the exact amount. Number of contract. Okay, so okay, it's fine. Now call or buy. Call or buy or sell. You will buy or sell. How you will identify? So here the trick is, you are borrowing the money. It means you will issue your bond, isn't it? So you will issue a bond. It means you will sell out your bond and then collect the money from the public. So it will be sell future. Okay. So now you are selling the bond in order to raise the fund from the public. So selling bond means you will sell the future. So now expiry date. What will be the expiry date? So ask with yourself, what is the transaction date? Transaction date is on the 31st January. So future will always select the future the near or next to the transaction date. So after January, कौन सा आएगा? March. So March will be our expiry date. So March future. Wait, someone is at the door. Okay, so expiry date is March future. Okay, so now future price it's given, or sometimes you need to calculate. So future price given for the March is 93.95. So now you have to find out the current price, the spot price. Current price will be, always remember the spot rate is 100 in interest, in the case of interest one. Okay, so current price will be the current price for the future. It will be 100 minus base rate. The base rate is 5.70. Okay, so difference between these two is our basis risk. Okay, so basis risk means basis पहले. Okay, basis. Okay, so today price of the future is 94.3. Okay, okay, 94.30, but it has been decreased, isn't it? March तक वो decrease हो रहा है, so this minus this. So basis is 0.35. Now we have to find out basis rate, and how we will calculate it. We will take the basis into, so our transaction date is 31st January and the expiry date is the March. So what is the gap? It's for the 2 months. We will multiply by 2. Then divide by the total period from the today. So today is our 1st November. Okay. So November, December, January, February, March. It is 6. A second. November, December, January, February, March. Sorry, 5. It's 5. Okay. So our basis risk is 0.14. So we will calculate the future lock rate, and future lock rate will be 100 again, and minus the increase in the our base rate has been increased. So increase to 6.60. हमारा base rate कहाँ तक increase हुआ है? 6.60. So यहाँ पे 6.6 we will take, and we will deduct the basis risk as well. So it's 93.54. Sorry, 93.26. ओके, तो सिंपली इसको ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं, फ्यूचर माइनस स्पॉट रेट, और इसके बाद में अब माइनस करते हैं। ओके, सो यू गॉट माय पॉइंट, ठीक है। सो बेसिस आपका क्या होगा, आपका बेसिस निकालेंगे फ्यूचर प्राइस माइनस करंट प्राइस, ठीक है, सॉरी करंट प्राइस माइनस फ्यूचर प्राइस हमारा बेसिस होता है, एंड वी विल कैलकुलेट द बेसिस रिस्क, एंड बेसिस रिस्क कैलकुलेट कैसे करेंगे, टेक द बेसिस इनटू द period of unexpired, our transaction that is 31st January and the future expiry is March, so there is gap of 2 months, so we will multiply by 2 and then divide by total period from today. So today is 1st November, so November, December, January, February, March, so it's for the 5 months. Okay, so now we will calculate the future lock rate, and future lock rate is calculated, एक second, we are heading the interest rate increases to 6.6%. Okay, so future lock rate will be our 100 is the spot rate minus the interest means the which अभी जो increase हुआ वाला वो वाला interest which is 6.6%, then we will subtract the basis risk. the basis risk हमारे में क्या है 0.14%, ठीक है, so ये हमारा future lock rate हो गया. So now ये फ्यूचर लॉक रेट तो ठीक है, आपका फ्यूचर प्राइस क्या है, फ्यूचर प्राइस आपका फ्यूचर प्राइस है 93.95. सो यू डिसाइडेड टुडे यू विल सेल द फ्यूचर ऑफ मार्च एट 93.95, बट उस दिन उसका प्राइस इतना हो गया है, सो विल यू सेल और नॉट, ऑब्वियसली मतलब फ्यूचर तो आपका फिक्स करना ही पड़ता है, ऑप्शन में आपका होता है सेल करोगे कि नहीं, बट यहाँ पे एनी हाउ सेल करना ही पड़ेगा आपको, इवन लॉस हो या प्रॉफिट. तो मेन क्वेश्चन इज आपका यहाँ पे प्रॉफिट हो रहा है कि लॉस, यू हैव टू फाइंड दैट. ऑब्वियसली हमारा प्रॉफिट हो रहा है, तो गेन कितना का हुआ, सेल इतना में किया, उस दिन इतना में मिल रहा था मार्केट में, ऑब्वियसली मार्केट में इतना में खरीद के आप इतना में बेच दोगे, है कि नहीं. सो इट्स 0.69 बेसिस, इट्स बेसिस. ओके, सो नाउ टोटल गेन, एक और चीज मैं भूल गई कहना, वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द टिक वैल्यू, एंड टिक वैल्यू का फॉर्मूला आई विल टेल यू, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइज into 3/12 into 1 divided by 1 2 3 4, this is the formula, always remember. So now total again आपका हो जाएगा 30 into 100, always do 100 into the number of contracts into the tick value. So हमारा गेन आ गया 6000 नहीं 62,100 का. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइज मैंने एक सेकेंड, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइज में आई ऑलवेज फॉरगेट, वी हैव टू मल्टीप्लाई बाई 4/12 बिकॉज जितने का, सॉरी 4/12 बोल रही हूँ, व्हाट इज द पीरियड ऑफ आवर लोन, तो 4 months, एंड ऑलवेज डिवाइड बाई 3, ऑलवेज डिवाइड बाई 3. ओके, ओके, सो नाउ गेन इज 82,800. सो मैं फिर से एक बार एक्सप्लेन कर देती हूँ. In the future, first we will look at the contract size and the currency. The contract size is 500,000 and the currency is dollar. Fine. So we will calculate the number of contract. हमारा अगर currency का केस है तो we will simply divide the amount by the contract size. But यहाँ पे interest है, interest का केस है तो हमारा borrowing divide तो करेंगे, obviously borrowing amount divide by contract size, but हम लोग same time number of period जो लोन चाहिए उससे multiply करेंगे and always divide by 3. बिकॉज हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का पीरियड ही 3 महीने का होता है. सो यहाँ पे 96 कॉन्ट्रैक्ट आ गया. देन वी विल आस्क आवरसेल्फ वेदर वी विल बाय और सेल, एंड हाउ वी विल डिसाइड. ऑब्वियसली हम लोग बोरो करें, सो वी विल इशू आवर बॉन्ड, आई मीन ऑब्वियसली बॉन्ड, देन वी विल गेट मनी फ्रॉम द पब्लिक, सो वी आर सेलिंग द बॉन्ड, सो सेल द फ्यूचर. एंड व्हाट विल बी द एक्सपायरी डेट, obviously nearest to our transaction date. Our transaction date is the 31st January and nearest to the 31st January is the March 1. So we will took the March future. So future price already given in the question, that's 93.95. So current price, how we will calculate, 100 minus the base rate, current base rate, and current base rate is 5.7%. So difference of the current price and the future price is the basis. Okay, and basis risk is the is calculated by taking the basis and multiply it by the unexpired period, which is in our case is a 2 month from because our transaction date is 31st January and the future expiry is a March, so there is 2 month gap. So we will multiply by 2 and divide by 5. 5 is the total period from till today, from today to till expiry date of the future. So today date is 1st November, November, December, January, February, March. It's for the 5 months. So we divide it by 5. So this is the basis risk, okay? And we assume that basis risk always reduced in the linear manner. Okay, so now I had calculated the tick value. Tick value formula is number of contracts into 3 by 12 into 1 by 10,000. This is the formula is a fixed. Then now our interest rate increased to 6.6%. So we will calculate the future lock rate. And how we will calculate the future lock rate? We will take the 100 minus the increase in the interest rate, which is 6.6%. In our case, we will only minus 6.6. We will not put the percentage. Then minus the basis risk. The basis risk in our case is 0.14. So future lock rate is 93.26. Now we have decided today that we will sell the future at 93.95 in the future. But at the same time, in the future, our future price is 93.26. If you so you can simply buy at 93.26 and sell those future at 93.95, which we have been decided or contracted today. Okay, so you will have a profit, isn't it? So profit we had calculated difference of these two, future lock rate and the future price. So it's in the basis. Okay, so how we will calculate total gain? So we will take the total. We will take out the first basis, then multiply it by the 100, then by number of contract, then into tick value. So we will get a total gain. So now our expected payment, interest payment is, as we calculated earlier, it's $40,000, and we will simply deduct this gain. So net payment will be this plus this. Okay, so it's dollar. So now we will calculate the effective interest rate. What will be the effective interest rate if we will use the future? So this will be the net payment divided by the borrowing amount and into 12 divided by 4. 4 is the period of the loan period. So it's 0.631%. 6.31%. Okay. So now it's turn for the option. Again, option means we will look at the contract size, so which is the same as the future one, no doubt, and it's dollar. Contract currency, it's dollar, no issue. Then we will calculate the number of contracts as same as the future. Okay, then we will ask ourselves, यहाँ पे buy और sell नहीं होता, यहाँ पे होता है call और put. So call basically means buy and put basically means the sell. So same as we are selling the future, so we will obviously sell the option, that is the put. Okay, and expiry date, again it will be the March, no issue. Now exercise price. What is the exercise price of the March option? So it's given strike exercise price or strike price. It's both the same, 93.75. So now you decided to sell. Again, future lock rate we already calculated above, so simply copy and paste. Okay. So you decided to sell the option at 93.75, but in the market the rate is 93.26. Will you exercise or not? Obviously, you will buy at the cheaper and sell at the higher rate, 93.75. Okay. So what will be the gain? So gain will be again difference of these two. So total gain, let's calculate. Total gain will be this into 100 into number of contract into tick value. Tick value we already calculated in the future. So it's 58,800 total gain. Okay. So now expected payment as above. है कि नहीं? Copy and paste and total gain we will deduct from this. Okay, so now one more thing added in the option, that's the premium, because in option you can take the advantage of the favorable movement in the interest rate. So obviously there is flexibility. Okay, so and this flexibility has a cost, and that cost called a premium. You have to pay a premium, and so premium will be it won't be in the minus, it is a cost to us. So put, we will look at the put option, and March 1 it's 0.087, and how will this is given the annual percentage, so we will put the percentage into number of contract into contract size. Into 3 by 12. Okay, 3 by 12. So this is our premium. So our net cost will be sum of all this. Okay, so this is our net cost. And what is the effective interest? Let's calculate this. Divide by total borrowing amount into 12 divided by 4, not 4 by 12, 12 divided by 4. So it's if you will calculate in the percentage, it's 6.60%, which is same as in our base rate. Okay, so ये हमारा वो option का case है. So now you have to recommend, right? So if you are using the FRA, you are having the effective interest of 6.30. Okay, and if you are using the future, you will be having an effective interest of 6.31%, and if you are using the option, it's 6.60. So now what you will write while making a recommendation of the hedging strategy, you have to discuss both pros and cons. Okay, so now first you will state that obviously among all these three derivative instrument, option is considered to be the expensive one. Okay, and there is marginal difference between the FRA and the future, isn't it? Okay, so FRA will provide the lowest cost out of all the three, but the point you have to consider is that in the FRA is OTC instrument, so in that case there is a risk of counterparty default until and unless such transaction is with the bank, and in the most of cases such transaction is with the bank. So but there is still counterparty risk, and this is the cons. But if you talk about the pros of the FRA, obviously it will hedge the whole amount. There will be no under and over hedge. We don't have to calculate the number of contracts. These things you have to write about the FRA. So now if you have to discuss future as well. अगर आपने recommendation कर दिया FRA, ऐसा नहीं कि future को ignore कर दो, option को ignore कर दो, discuss नहीं करना है. You have to discuss that rest of the two derivative instrument as well. So future में क्या बोलोगे आप? So future is the exchange traded instrument, and it will obviously hedge the both upside and downside risks, and but there is no risk of the counterparty default, because ये exchange traded होता है, यहाँ पे broker बैठा होता है, वहाँ पे मतलब एक regulation होता है. They will ensure that there will be no counterparty default, but at the same time इसकी cons की बात करी, you need a margin payment. जैसे if you are from the India, you guys might know very well, but नेपाल में I think ये concept नहीं है. इंडिया में अभी कुछ साल पहले ही मार्जिन अकाउंट का कॉन्सेप्ट आया था. उससे क्या होता है कि पहले ट्रांजेक्शन सेटलमेंट पीरियड आई थिंक T+3 डेज था इंडिया में. सो व्हाट हैपेंड कि आपका सेबी ने बोला हाँ कि मार्जिन अकाउंट एक मतलब हर एक जो इंडिविजुअल है ना, उसका मार्जिन अकाउंट क्रिएट करने को, उस मार्जिन अकाउंट में क्या होता है, आपका फंड रखते हैं. फंड मतलब डिपॉजिट करना पड़ता है इंडिविजुअल को. अगर आपका प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस हो रहा है ना, शेयर बेच रहे हो, गेन हो रहे हो, तो वहां से आपका नेट अप होगा. अगर उसका लेवल नीचे गिरा, उसका मतलब एक लेवल होता है, इतना अमाउंट आपको रखना ही है. अगर उससे नीचे गिरे तो आपको कॉल जाएगा, तो उसको मेंटेनेंस कॉल की मार्जिन कॉल ऐसे कुछ करके टर्म्स है, आई एम नॉट वेरी प्रीटी श्योर. तो उसको कॉल जाता है कि आपका बैलेंस बिलो द लेवल है, यू हैव टू टॉप अप द अमाउंट. सो इन दैट केस आपको टॉप अप करना पड़ता है. अगर प्रॉफिट हुआ तो ऑब्वियसली यू कैन विथड्रॉ द एक्सेस ओवर द लेवल अमाउंट. जितना आपका लेवल है उससे अगर ज्यादा अमाउंट है, यू कैन विथड्रॉ दोज अमाउंट. सो बेसिकली फ्यूचर में आप ये लिखोगे, यही कंसेप्ट इसमें भी है, यहाँ पे मार्जिन डिपॉजिट करना पड़ता है, बिकॉज कि यहाँ पे क्योंकि आपका लॉस हुआ तो वहां से नेटअप कर सके, और आपका गेन हुआ तो यू कैन विथड्रॉ द अमाउंट, नो इश्यू, बट यू विल स्टिल अर्न द इंटरेस्ट ऑन दिस अकाउंट. ऐसा नहीं है, ठीक है। सो ये होता है, और ये आपका मार्क टू मार्केट होता है, मतलब ईच डे आपका प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस कैलकुलेट होता है फ्यूचर में। सो दीज आर द कॉन्स फॉर द फ्यूचर, ठीक है। तो यार फ्यूचर के बारे में लिखोगे। इन केस ऑफ ऑप्शन, ऑब्वियसली ऑप्शन इज चीपेस्ट, सॉरी एक्सपेंसिव अमॉन्ग द all of these instrument। क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम प्रीमियम पे कर रहे हैं, एंड व्हाई वी आर पेइंग द प्रीमियम? फॉर द फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी, एंड flexibility for the what? We are obviously gonna be taking the advantage of the if interest rate move in the favorable direction. So these are the points you have to discuss here, okay? So I just give an overview, okay? And if in case you need to check your answer, मतलब कि आपको श्योर नहीं लगे कि मैंने सही लिखा है कि नहीं, you can send me, I will check it। और हम लोग बात करते हैं फर्स्ट पार्ट का, हाउ द फंक्शनल एरिया ऑफ ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट कुड ऐड वैल्यू टू द बार्डन रीस्ट्रक्चरिंग प्लान्स, ओके। एंड फॉर ईच फंक्शनल एरिया डिस्कस द एडवांटेज ऑफ सेंट्रलाइज्ड ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट। तो पहले हम लोग की बात करते हैं फंक्शनल एरिया में, बात करती हूँ क्या क्या होता है ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट का। तो ऑब्वियसली रिस्क मैनेजमेंट होता है आपका, कैश मैनेजमेंट होता है इसका, शॉर्ट टर्म बोरोइंग, शॉर्ट टर्म लेंडिंग कैसे करना है, मतलब ये डिपॉजिट, ये सब ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट का एक फंक्शन है। सो अगर रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग होता है तो ऑब्वियसली वहाँ पे बहुत सारे पैसे खर्च होते हैं, है कि नहीं। सो ऑब्वियसली पैसे खर्च होंगे तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है, ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट होता है, ही विल मतलब ट्रेजरी मैनेजर विल पुट आईज ऑन फ्रॉम वेयर यू आर गेटिंग द कैश एंड फ्रॉम वेयर वी हैव टू पे द कैश। सो बेसिकली वो एक आपके पैसे पे नजर रखता है, कब किसको पैसे देना है, कब कहाँ से रिसीव होना है, ठीक है। अगर जरूरत पड़ा तो ही विल डिसाइड फ्रॉम वेयर टू बोरो, ठीक है। ये आपका ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट आपका एक ऐसे वैल्यू ऐड करेगा अगर रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग कर रहे हो तो, ठीक है। रिस्ट्रक्चर, और दूसरा अगर इसी को हम लोग एडवांटेज ऐड करें, अगर सेंट्रलाइज ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट है तो उसके पास ओवरऑल पिक्चर होता है सारे डिपार्टमेंट का, कि मतलब सारे सब्सिडी के पास कितने पैसे है, किसको कितने पैसे चाहिए। सो व्हाट ही विल डू, अगर किसी को पैसे चाहिए तो वो एक बल्क में अमाउंट को बोरो करेगा, सो उसका इंटरेस्ट रेट भी लोअर होगा। अगर डिपॉजिट भी करना है तो ऑब्वियसली एक बल्क में अमाउंट डिपॉजिट होगा एक ही साथ, तो वहाँ पे आपका इंटरेस्ट रेट भी हाई होगा क्योंकि बल्क अमाउंट डिपॉजिट कर रहे हो। सेम टाइम आपका ट्रांजेक्शन कॉस्ट बचेगा, इंडिविजुअल ट्रांजेक्शन को अगर हेज करो तो वहाँ पे कॉस्ट एंड टाइम दोनों इन्वॉल्व हो रहता है ना। सो इन दैट केस आपका एडवांटेज रहेगा और सेंट्रलाइज डिपार्टमेंट है तो। या फिर क्या करेगा, किसी के पास ज्यादा सरप्लस है, किसी को डेफिसिट है, ही विल जस्ट सेंड द अमाउंट दोज हु रिक्वायर्ड, जैसे आपका बोरोइंग या डिपॉजिट करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। सो दिस आर द एडवांटेज ऑफ सेंट्रलाइज्ड ट्रेजरी डिपार्टमेंट, और ऐसे आप मिला के लिख सकते हो। So this is all about this question for this video. So in next video we will discuss the further, okay। So तब तक के लिए stay tuned with my channel. Thank you.